Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be sharing with you an amazing niche idea that you probably have never even thought about. This is going to be absolutely mind blowing for some of you. It's mind blowing for me, and it's opening up my brain to all the possibilities of potential businesses that you can make. I love businesses that are just uncommon or not glamorized. So in today's video, we're going to cover a $3.3 million per month Shopify store in an incredible niche. So we're going to go over the website, we're going to go over this whole idea, and we're going to just brainstorm and talk about how you and I could take advantage of something like this. But we're going to do a bit of a case study on this brand that I'm talking about. It's always a great idea to learn from the giants, learn from the people that are just totally killing it and doing things right. So, the store I'm talking about is called My Pet Chicken. And the niche is the chicken niche. But I'm not talking about chicken tenders. I'm not talking about chicken nuggets. I'm talking about literally raising chickens. Now, you may think this is crazy, right? Like, this is not the beauty niche. This is not the toy niche. This is something totally different. We're getting into the serious niches here. But guess what? People are becoming more and more interested in raising their own chickens and harvesting their eggs, right? And, eating those eggs. And what this brand is doing is creating just the hub for chicken growing or chicken harvesting, not harvesting, chicken raising, and selling chicken coops and supplies for them. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, as I mentioned before, they're estimated to be doing about 3 million a month, which sounds crazy, but if you actually look at the chicken coop market, you see that chicken coops are actually super expensive, right? I mean, not super expensive, but very high average order value. So, they only need to sell 3,000 chicken coops in order to make 3 million a month, which obviously that's a lot of chicken coops, but it's I mean, there's like millions and millions of homes out there, people with yards, people with the capabilities of raising chickens. I would love to raise chickens. If I had like some good amount of land out there, I would totally raise some chickens. This is kind of messed up, man. Naming your chicken coop brand Omelette, that's kind of mean, man. Omelette, that's wild. But let me show you just how this brand is marketing their products, and I'm going to show you some of the products themselves so that you can see what I'm talking about. And then lastly, we'll just cover like the whole overarching theme here. Now, interestingly enough, they do also sell chickens. So I didn't know you could literally buy a chicken egg that you want to, raise for like 15 bucks. Chickens are cheap, man. It's almost as like you could buy a whole chicken for what it would cost to get like a chicken tender meal at a restaurant. It's just wild. But if we look at the actual chicken coops, that's what I'm very interested in because that's, you know, where probably a lot of the money is made here. But this is a brilliant business because once people buy a chicken coop like this, for example, they would come back over and over again to continue to buy more supplies. So as opposed to just building an entire pet store, these guys are just really honing in and becoming the chicken experts, selling all sorts of chicken coops that are really, really nice, fairly priced. These are really cool. But then also creating tons of tutorials on how to set up the chicken coops, how to raise the chickens, and creating a sort of content brand on top of the e-commerce store. So this is something we've been seeing in a lot of really high level e-commerce businesses lately is stores creating educational resources for their niche. I find it extremely smart. As you see, they have some really high ticket chicken coops, like $6,000 for some of them. And let me show you now how they actually are growing this community. Now, they're very active at trying to get people to join their flock, which is their community. They're posting a ton of content. And that's what's great about a company like this is the content opportunities are massive, right? Because you could just show how you're, all the chickens being funny, right? You could give them names. You could make so much content around them. And that's exactly what they're doing on TikTok. Now, they're not reposting this stuff on Instagram Reels or Meta, which is a huge missed opportunity in my opinion. They should totally be reposting literally all of this. And then also, they're not running any Meta ads, which again, I find a huge missing opportunity given the fact that they sell products for quite high prices, or fair prices, but high average order value, high ticket. So they should definitely be setting up some sort of retargeting funnel so that people who may have not wanted to buy the first time they saw the product could come back and buy it after seeing it a few times. Now, on all their social medias, they link their link tree, which is kind of funny. It's almost like a creator, right? A lot of creators do this. I do this myself. I have a link tree on my Instagram, and they even have an affiliate program and a bunch of guides. So that's what I find super valuable from this brand, is just how they've been able to create a educational center for raising chickens, but then also providing all the tools, equipment, supplies that you need, including the chickens themselves, to actually start doing this yourself. It's really, really interesting. Very high ticket, not an easy thing to get into, but you and I, for example, could sell flock supplies, right? Maybe we don't want to sell the entire coop, but we could sell some supplies, or you could sell a chicken coop. There's no reason why you couldn't become the chicken coop provider for your country, or maybe for your state. Maybe locally you could go sell your chicken coops, right? I mean, I'm sure some of these are probably from manufacturers in China. I doubt these are all made in the US. Now, if you can find a US manufacturer, that would also be a great idea. You could partner up with them and just start providing chicken coops for America, made in America. That would be really a great selling point. But ultimately, that's what I wanted to show you today. I thought this was such a brilliant brand, such a brilliant niche that nobody's really talking about, nobody's thinking about. And these are the things that I think are, worth looking into, right? Things that are undervalued, things that are not necessarily glamorized, but it works. We know this brand's doing 3 million a month. We know this niche is ripe for disruption, ripe for opportunity. So it's not a bad idea to take advantage of it. If you've been thinking of starting some sort of business, if you have experience with farm animals, perhaps this is perfect for you. So that's really about it. Hopefully you enjoyed this and got some value from it. Every video I post, we give out some massive value, even on the streams, even on the shorts. So yeah, that's it. Peace.